Okay, I just finished rewatching a couple more times the final trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. As you might have just saw or skipped, I did a reaction to it. It was fun. Not a lot of screams or as many ooh, oh my god, ooh moments as previous trailers, I feel, but the same thing happened with the first Mario movie's final trailer too. But still, it was very exciting. Still a very good trailer, paints more of a clearer picture of what goes on at certain points, but still leaves open plenty of questions and mysteries for the overall structure of this film. All in all, I'll get into analyzing the trailer really soon. But back when we got that first look at Yoshi in that trailer, I made a video talking about that, how many people are worrying or being too obtuse over nothing. This film is going to focus on Galaxy. I don't think the non-Galaxy elements are this giant debate. If the first Mario film stewed this potpourri of Donkey Kong Country, Mario Kart, and other Mario game elements that weren't Super Mario Bros. While still making the first film feel and be a Super Mario Bros. Film, I don't think it was going to be any different for this Galaxy movie. I go in more detail in that video about that whole debacle, but still, after this final trailer, I stand by what I said and what I think and feel. I get the worry, I get the fear, but I do still think we have quite a fair bit of Galaxy BS from all of the trailers and commercials up to this point, with the final trailer probably boasting the most Galaxy stuff out of all of them. No, this isn't me saying, see, I told you it was Galaxy all along. Hold that L. Just because the final trailer felt or it gave the most Galaxy vibes. I'm just saying, guys, we could take a step back, compare what the first Mario movie did to the second one. It's really not that different in terms of scope, in terms of just Mario game coverage, and it never, to any major degree for the most part, detracted from the main game. That's the core of the movie itself. Mario and Luigi are separated 15 minutes in, but in spite of that fact, the film did still feel like a Super Mario Bros. Movie. I always thought, even with the dinosaurs paralleling Odyssey, even with the casino Peach is in, and her fighting a bevy of enemies, both of which heavy paralleling Mario 2, even with Yoshi, who originated from Mario World, Bowser Jr. originating from Mario Sunshine, him using his Wonder Form, etc. There were still a lot of Galaxy elements, or those Galaxy elements, depending on the trailer, got major focus or screen time. I said this in that other video. This trailer pretty much emphasizing that, as well as again answering some questions people had about some of the ads we've had prior. And all in all, it just looks like it's going to be a fun-ass movie. In plenty of ways, even more fun than the first movie. There is one thing, unfortunately, there's one downside. I'll get into it later. There's only one thing that kind of screams it's a red flag. It's something this final trailer showed. But outside that, we have a website coinciding with this film. Ah! Surprise second reaction, go! Oh, there's a separate link to Gateway Galaxy, like a website for the Mario movie. This reminds me of the plumber site they did for the first movie. Oh my god, the lag. This is very laggy. The cursor is the cursor from Galaxy. Oh my god, this shit's so laggy. It's because I'm recording this. Oh my god, it's so laggy. This is what happens when I try to record. Okay, I watched it. I'm gonna download it. It looks like literally, it's Peach and Toad landing on a spaceport. They're Guillermos, they're Whittles. It's called Gateway Galaxy. Gateway Galaxy in this movie is likely going to be like a literal spaceport. Yeah, you got Piantas, you got Conch doors, you got a bunch of enemies from various Mario games and NPCs. And Rob is like the intercom to Gateway Galaxy. Yeah, the building looks a lot like Gateway Galaxy. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, that's some Gusty Garden. Mushroom Kingdom, clear conditions, clear and temperate conditions, light breezes with high visibility throughout most areas. Oh my god, yeah, I could download these as like backdrops. Bet. I'm not gonna do it all here. I clicked it multiple times actually. Hey, you gotta speak with the Mushroom Kingdom. Honeyhive. Oh my god. Honeyhive Galaxy. I gotta download that. Warm and bright with steady sunlight, high pollen levels throughout most areas. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They actually got it. That's crazy. Fossil. Oh! That's what that is? Oh my god. I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. Fossil Falls is a planet? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. There's 3 not outlined. Are they gonna, like, reveal them, like, over the coming weeks or when the movie comes out? Comet Observatory? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm guessing this means, like, under construction. Yeah, it gives it time. The spaceport is going to be called, like, Sunshine Spaceport, Sunshine Airport, maybe? Whew. This is beautiful. Alright, I went there. Oh my god. Toast Arena Town, Drip Drop Galaxy delayed, Space Junk Galaxy. I really hope Space Junk Galaxy is going to be in the movie. I really hope it is. I really hope so. Galactic Passport. I can register, enter confirmation code provided with ticket purchase. Oh, this is for the movie showtimes. Okay. Wait, that's cute. That takes you to the showtimes. Missing Princess Rosalina. Visitors with any information are asked to report it to the Gateway Galaxy personnel immediately. Okay, like 3 different versions of Gateway Galaxy are like overwhelming each other. This is so cute. Text 9295556 to receive updates on Gateway Galaxy. Is that it? Proceed with caution. Closed for maintenance. I should know that. Wait, this is the underground. This is the cave, like, underground theme in Mario 2. Okay, I got that part. Oh, that's freaking Jump Up Superstar. It sounds like Jump Up Superstar. I might have jump scared some of y'all with that. But a little reaction to the website. It just gave you that. Beyond that, though, still, it's a good trailer. It's still kind of good. For instance, just the answers that we have right now. The castle. This is more of a reconfirmation than anything. The castle gets abducted into space by the UFO, just like at the beginning of the Galaxy game. I've been saying that for a while, and again, it's just nice to see that. Reconfirmed. That scene looks super cool. Same with Bowser Jr. fighting them in space. Jr. causes something to make the castle and the bros plus Yoshi crash onto the dinosaur planet, which is Fossil Falls. We saw in one of the ads the sky was starry like it's space. Now we know for certain that was just another planet. It's one of the planets in the film. The Spare website explains that. They casually confirmed Honeyhive Galaxy is going to be in this movie, so that's more Galaxy. Also just really happy they confirmed Honeyhive, and most likely Space Junk Galaxy and Drip Drop Galaxy. Space Junk's one of my favorite galaxies, just for the vibes. Also, Bowser, he's big again. He's back to his normal size. That's heavy looking like it's not just going to be for the climax of the film, him growing back to normal size just for the end of the movie. I'm assuming it's Kamek, but he likely returns him to normal size close to halfway through the film, maybe even earlier. That's really interesting to consider. But also, the meteor shower during the Star Festival, it rains star bits. It got me a little giddy. This final trailer looked like it largely just organized most of the stuff we've seen up until this point in the order of the structure for the movie. Peach and Toad are on some quest on their own, while Mario and Luigi or Yoshi are on their own for this journey. Toad eventually meets up with them, but it's heavily looking like most of what we've seen thus far is going to be at least the first third of the film. Because at the spaceport and later on, all of them reunite, fly through space together, and we did see some parts of Mario and Peach going through what would normally look like a castle level. Again, the website also casually confirms, well, the direct confirmed Honeyhive Galaxy, but the site also mentions Drip Drop and Space Junk. The castle part makes me wonder how they're all gonna meet up and how they're all gonna split up, because it looks like they're gonna split up later on. Or if I'm wrong, what the last pieces of that last third, or even the second third of this film is gonna be. But that's also kind of the other thing as well. The one fear I have, the one singular worry I myself fostered after going through this trailer, pretty much everyone else has said this too, it's about Rosalina. She's kicking ass against Megaleg, but we see she gets cornered by Junior, Kamek, and more Koopa Troop soldiers. My worry is that She gets snatched by purple piranha plants from Junior's paintbrush and she's held against this chair. It almost looks like a capture/torture chair. It could just be the cockpit for the Mega Leg, but I'm worried despite Rosalina has some badass moments of glory, they're gonna make her a damsel. This film's plot, or at least part of it, being Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope Redux. It explains why all the marketing basically recycles her fight with Mega Leg. We don't have much of Rosalina outside of that fight specifically, while everyone else is doing a lot of other things at multiple locations. So far, if we're talking red flags, that's deadass to me the only legitimate red flag. It could be a moment where Rosalina gets pinned down, but then she still fights, she still beats badass, and she breaks through. But between what the trailer implies and the website details, it talked about a missing Rosalina, so that has me a little bit worried. They're not going to capitalize on Rosalina and her whole appeal. Granted, at least with capturing her, there is a point, at least more of a point than Luigi being a damsel. Bowser Jr. likely wants to abuse her power or something. Luigi getting captured literally amounted to just because the plot demanded it, because he's Mario's brother. And Luigi was at the wrong place and the wrong time. They didn't do anything with Luigi getting kidnapped other than giving Mario the motivation. They're gonna have to do more with the reasons behind capturing Rosalina, whether abusing her power because she's this powerful being, or her connection to the Lumas, etc. I don't think the gang is just gonna go through space just to stop the Bowsers. I think there's gonna be more motivation and nuance than that. Maybe not a whole lot more, but definitely more than what we have to go off of. That and Matt Fogel, the writer for these movies, he did acknowledge, like a couple years back, some of the flaws the first film had, like the pacing. Even when Miyamoto kind of made it a point that like, ooh, there's so much stuff happening all at once. It's hard to catch your breath trying to keep it all. Like the way he worded it basically made it sound like the pacing, the fast pacing, like one of the things people did not like about the first movie was a benefit, was a reason. But like he could also just be talking about like just how much action there is in the movie or how much shit there is for Mario fans to chew on. I don't know, man. There's that. Matt Fogel acknowledged the pacing years back. The actors in the direct made a point to acknowledge Mario and Luigi are side by side for the whole adventure, something people didn't like that both bros were separated for the bulk of the first film. I do think there is reason to be skeptical and optimistic to an extent, and this movie has good standing in being better than the first at the very least. I don't think this is me coping. I have that one worry. I really hope Rosalina's not gonna get shafted, man. I do hope they're gonna give her the spotlight, the plot relevance, character interactions, and journey. Like, give her shit to do, at least 2, maybe 3 different things to do that aren't sitting in a cage or prison. Cause even if you do capture her, all I ask is just give her more agency than just that. At the tail end of the trailer, like we see Luma Lee posing as a security guard, so I do think there is reason to believe even if Rosalina becomes a damsel. I'm really coping, at the very least, with this idea that she does do more, and her being kidnapped isn't all there is, and there's more to her role in the story. Maybe because you go through the website, they are kind of hyping up a lot, like, oh my god, they gotta save Rosalina. There is the chance that's not like 2/3 of the movie that's not gonna have the same amount of runtime and issues with Luigi getting kidnapped. Like, the chance is there. I do think that final shot of Luma Lee is trying to free Rosalina from prison, and even still, beyond that, I do think there are factors and pieces of this picture people aren't fully considering. Another lighter worry, right? More people just tossed the question, even before this direct happened, it's the kind of question that built off that curiosity and hype. What else could they show or add? But there are still questions to be had after that final trailer. How did Mario and Luigi grow back to normal size after being turned to babies on Fossil Falls? Where did the whole gang wind up outside of what we've seen? Like, you see them flying through space, right? Where do they go from there? How does Honeyhive Galaxy fit in all this? Space Junk Galaxy? Drip Drop Galaxy? How is Rosalina's backstory going to be covered? Yes, despite the idea of her being a damsel, I do think they have to cover her backstory in a Galaxy film. I have not changed my stance on that. I do think that is just very, very non-negotiable. I do think Luma Lee trying to get her out means she won't just be stuck in that cage. At least, I don't think it's going to mean she's going to be stuck in that cage until the final climax of the film. Does Kamek restore Bowser back to his normal size? How are they going to go about forging a galactic empire? Is it through absorbing Rosalina's power or through other means or tools? How are the heroes going to square up versus Bowser in the end? Like, there are still plenty of questions and holes. We don't know how they're going to be filled. I think this string of trailers is Illumination's genuine attempt not blowing their load nearly as much as the first Mario movie, which does excite me. But not gonna lie, man, that does kind of leave me very curious and confused at certain points. That's kind of the whole point. Maybe they want us to believe Rosalina gets kidnapped, but then she gets freed and then talks and converses and contributes to Peach and the gang Maybe we finally see her talk with Mario, we get her backstory, and it's this kind of pull the carpet out from under our feet moment. But I don't know. That probably feels like the most cope so far. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think that's just not a possibility. It's viable a little bit. I call it cope for a reason. I'm not getting my hopes up. Especially because the first movie kind of gave me a little precedent to go off of. Then I'm like, I don't know, man. There's also like differing times of day, you know, Peach and Toad, they hop in that launch star during the Star Festival at night, but the castle gets taken up by the UFO during the daytime. I'm assuming the morning. Peach and Toad heading to the casino is likely within the first act of the film and all that. I could rip apart and singularly analyze how there are pink coin coffers in the casino, or how the planet the bros Peach and Yoshi fly through looks like the lava planet from Freeze Flame Galaxy, and how that's cool, and how Penguin Toad is here and cool, but I won't. I'll save my questions and theories for when I see this film. In 3 weeks, it's on the horizon. The ending's in sight. We'll know for certain how the ball's gonna roll really soon. I guess the last thing I'll touch on is I really do appreciate how hard they're leaning in on the Mario 2 aspects of it all. With the casino at least. The casino itself is a reference to Mario 2. It has Birdo, Ninjas, and Mouser, and Claw Grip, but even Wart is having a major spotlight moment in this portion of the trailer, in this film as a whole. Like, Wart's been basically shafted for like 3 decades. 3. He's one of the most popular, obscure Mario characters, only appearing in Mario 2. He also appears in Link's Awakening, but the whole premise of both those games is both settings take place within a dream. Wart's basically not even a real character in the actual Mario world, as far as we know anyways. These movies, at least in their own canon, serve to make Wart a living, breathing character, and his grand return is on the big screen, where millions of people are going to be exposed to him. He's arguably a much grander return than Spike was in the first movie, and I'm about to go into more cope. I hope this paves the way for Wart to be in more Mario games again. It didn't happen with Spike, but I think we can all agree it makes more sense to put Wart in a Mario spinoff more than Spike. Granted, I wish Spike did become playable in more Mario spinoffs too. This could not give Wart more reason to be in the spinoffs, but it could. Regardless, I just think it's really cool that Wart is here at all. Everyone's loving how Wart's here. He looks great. It's just a fun time. That is just a great thing to have here. Wart's awesome. And of course, visually, these movies look spectacular, man. Oh my god. Just visually, these movies are going to look so gorgeous. I'm never going to get tired of bringing up or glazing how visually impressive these movies are. And you know damn well Brian Tyler is going to cook with the soundtrack. He's going to cook. Some bits of the soundtrack leaked a couple days before this. It was welling something inside me, man. I remember talking about how, oh, I'm going to make this big old watch party for the Mario movie. I'm gonna do it again with the Galaxy movie. And I was describing how like I could cry with this watching this Mario movie. It did not happen. Did not cry during the Mario movie, but even if writing wise this Galaxy movie might be like around the same level as the first movie, the music might get me closer over that edge. Because some of those rescores Brian Tyler did, oh my god, they sound so beautiful, dude. They sound so beautiful. But yeah, not sure how much I could get into this without sounding like a broken record. I think you get the point by now. I only got 1 red flag, but I'm still looking forward to this movie a lot. I got like 10 green flags in the other hand. It looks great. They're diving into a lot of Galaxy stuff still. I know the soundtrack's gonna make me feel so hard. And most of the characters at least look like they're being handled really well. I just hope the same will be done all the way with Rosalina, and I'm talking all the way. I think they know. I think they get the point with Rosalina. I feel like they have to know it's Galaxy. See, that's why it's so confusing. It's like, could they, like, they could, but like, how much of that do I want to believe? Like, it's going to be like a debate, like a, haha, got you. Rosalina's not really going to be captured for most of the movie. How much of that can I really believe without it sounding like me trying to cope so hard? But then how much of it do I have to believe? Like, they probably could sideline Rosalina a good chunk of the movie like they did with Luigi in the first film. But they say they recognize the flaws of the last movie, or the main writer of these movies recognized that flaw. Plus they made a point like, okay, Mario and Luigi's gonna be together the whole time through the adventure. They made sure to correct that flaw too. You know what I mean? How much of it is it really cope? That's the question I think we gotta ask ourselves. Like, am I just circling the drain right here? I could be. I'll let you guys go. Give me your thoughts down in the area you're allowed to voice your thoughts as per usual on this website. Thank you for watching. Stay super.
嘿，妹妹，嘿，我来呀！共和大哈哈呀，拉面，嘿，来面，来个面，共和 见呀！哈哈，麻面，烫手面，谢谢。